Hi, it's me again with Corel Draw Tips and Tricks, and somebody posted this picture and said they had the file and they lost it. And I wasn't going to do a video at first because this one's so easy, but I thought I'd do one because there's two ways to do it. One, I did it this way already, but I expanded the E and it doesn't look right. This E has just been cut out. So all I did is take my and sign and turn it into a hairline. I drew a line, and then I'm going to control duplicate it, and I'm going to bring the duplicate up to about where I think I want it. Then you also have to take this and convert it to a curve, and then take your virtual segment delete key and just swipe through that, and you get that. Now, take your smart fill tool and fill in those two spots, or those three spots, I guess. Take away your line, and then you can take all your parts and left click, right click, and I draw everything in hairline, and I'm using somebody else's program that they sent me so I make sure it's a hairline. Then I'm just going to take two bars, two rectangles, and I'm going to make them about the length I think I need them and about the width I think I need them. I'm going to hit P and put them in the center of the page just so I'm equal, because my E was. And also, because I'm using that person's program, it's half a point. I'm going to change it to a hairline, and I'm going to go and change it to red, just so I know it's a cut line. And even though you're not really going to cut this out, now let's zoom in here, and to keep these two lines equal, Control D and make a duplicate of that, and holding down your Control key, it will draw it equally. It won't change it left or right, and make them somewhat even, just as long as you're on that line. Let's take this, all of this, and hit the weld key. Select all this and hit your weld key. Then you can just take your text, and I purposely just typed the text all together, but then you can go Control K, it'll break your text apart. Then you can go Control K again, it'll break those two words apart. And then you will just want to size them to what you think they need to be. Let's go 375. And then just place your Mr., place your Mrs., and also I don't like that and on the top part. That's very easily fixed, and it all depends on what you use. You could take your 2-point line and go from that node to that node and just delete that upper part. This would have been a lot easier before. I don't know if my line is exactly on top of that line, and it's not. So what you could do is take your shape tool and put it on that node. It should snap to that node if you have snap to on. Then you can delete those two little parts. You don't really have to do that because we're going to smart fill it, but you could. And also I'm drawing in half a point, but that doesn't really matter because we're going to smart fill that again to make that kind of like all welded together. Let's look at our nudge factor. We're going to set our nudge factor on, let's say 5 inches. We're going to take our smart fill and move it out of the way, and then select our other part and just delete it. Delete all these extra lines. Well, since we want to group those together, let's go here, break curve apart. Then you can grab just that top half and delete it. Then our nudge factor is still the same, so we can put it right back to where it was. Let's go ahead and fill this in, or you can actually right click it and left click it to get rid of the hairline. And then you can move down the Mrs. and possibly those two probably need to be a little bit less. Let's make them 350, and this is your preference. Then to get those equal, select that, hold down your shift key and select that and hit B as in boy, and it'll make them equal on the line. And then just take your McCoy and you can go ahead and put it in the center of the page, just so you'll know it's in the center of that drawing, holding down your control key after you start moving it and move it down. Then it's got established, and we'll just borrow this right here. And I broke them apart, but if you grab both of them, and if you go off your E and select them, you'll grab both of them and just bring your established into your new. And you could have those on one line. I made them 2 lines a little bit off. But there is your completed project. And of course you can change a lot of things. You could make the Mr. and Mrs. a little bit smaller, or you could make your lines longer, however you want to do it. Now what I would suggest is save this file, and then next time all you have to do is change the date in the McCoy to make it somebody else's name. Anyway, I hope that helped a little bit, and thank you for watching.